Guys, I'm really excited because I'm going to be trying out Natasha Denona eyeshadows for the first time. I picked up this mini gold palette during the Sephora VIB sale. I've been wanting to try out her eyeshadows for a long time. Really was debating on buying the actual gold palette for a while, but I had a hard time justifying the price. I've had my eye on this brand for a while, and I've heard so many good things about it, so I'm really excited to try it out myself. I'm just going to go ahead and get right into just kind of creating a look with this. So I'm going to go into the shade called Lodge. It's this tan color here. I'm going to go ahead and just place that into my crease. Wow, I'm really impressed with how easy this is to blend. I see what people mean now when they say that literally it's like it blends itself. Okay, so this shade, it kind of has an olive undertone to it, which is very fitting for this palette with all the different gold and green tones. I personally feel like this is actually pretty unique, even though I have a ton of transition shades and a ton of shades that on the surface look like this, but when I'm blending it, it has a very olive tone to it, and I think that's going to go really beautifully with the rest of the palette. I'm going to take this sort of olive green shade. I'm going to put that kind of in my outer part of my lid and kind of also work that into the crease, into that first shade that I put down. Honestly, I feel like just this is absolutely beautiful. Like, if I just wanted to have a matte look, it's not too out there, so like if I would feel really comfortable like wearing this to like work or a meeting, because it's, even though it has that green olive undertone, it still looks very natural, I think, and it just it's really pretty, and it's still different than like, you know, like your kind of everyday brown neutral palette. I'm going to go into this shade on the end here, this sort of metallic green shade. It's really gorgeous. It's sort of like a sage green. Okay, it looks like it's picking up on the brush pretty well. I'm going to go ahead and just put that on my whole lid. Oh my gosh. Are you kidding me? This is so pretty. Oh my gosh. And it's not falling out at all from the brush. This is literally beautiful. Like, I feel like a forest elf or something, you know. I don't know. It's just it's just really beautiful. I really love the Legend of Zelda games, and this really reminds me of like the Forest Temple. And yeah, if you have no idea what I'm talking about, that's fine, but it just it reminds me of that, and I love it. I understand now. Okay, I understand the hype over Natasha Denona now. Just from trying these 3 colors I've tried so far. And see, I personally really love how this looks right now. But just so we can see the gold color. And I'm just going to place that right in the center of my lid. And let's just see what happens. Wow. Why have I waited so long to try these eyeshadows? I understand now why everyone is so hyped about these. And then lastly, the only shade I haven't used yet is this darker shade here. It's called Dark Sepia. And I'm just going to put that like right on the outer V. So I do like that. I think it just adds a little bit of depth. I still feel like this is probably a shade that's meant to go like more on the lids. Okay, so I really want to put that shimmery green shade all on my lower lash line because I really love that color. And I personally really like to put a shimmery shade on my lower lash line. I think it looks very ethereal and just gives a really cool effect. I honestly think my 2 favorite shades are the sort of metallic green shade and the metallic gold shade. Those are just absolutely gorgeous. But you know, I'm so happy I got this because, again, I love how this shade is sort of like an olive cool undertone, and so it makes it unique. And I love how this green was also really nice. Again, love the 2 shimmer shades. And then this shade, I'll have to play with this shade a little bit more. I used it to darken my outer V today, but I don't know if that's really what it's intended for because it is more of like a shimmer. So I feel like this is more likely meant for the lid. I'm going to go ahead and apply some mascara and eyeliner. Alright, so here's the look with mascara. Again, I am so happy with this purchase. I think that, again, the price point for Natasha Denona is something that had always kind of made me hesitant to purchase it, but I would say if you've been thinking about trying out her shadows, that this gold palette would be a really good place to start because it was $25, and again, I got it during the VIB sale, so I feel like it was a really good price for this, and the quality of these shadows, I honestly do understand the hype because I always wonder, like, is it really worth that much? I'm so impressed, and now I honestly want to try more. So maybe in 2020 I can play with more Natasha Denona eyeshadows if you guys would like to see me play with more and maybe try more palettes from her. But my first impression is I absolutely love this one. I absolutely love this gold palette. So beautiful. I think I'm going to be wearing this all the time. These are the kind of shades that I just think that these shades would be flattering on everyone, to be honest with you. I love this. Okay, so I just wanted to quickly mention an ingredient that I thought you might be concerned about. If you see it on, it's only on one ingredient in the palette, and it actually is this dark, the dark shade here, and that is dark sepia. And so the ingredient that I think might raise a bit of concern is PTFE. Now, you might have heard that this is Teflon, and that is true. It is the exact same compound as Teflon. They are the same thing. And a lot of people find that really weird to use like Teflon on their skin. A lot of people just, just from what I've read, just really think it's odd and are not super comfortable with it, and I think some people are concerned about the safety. I did look into this. I'll have the article linked below for you, and if you would like, I can make a video maybe with more research and go into a little more detail about this. But in this article, you'll see that there were dermal irritation tests and dermal sensitization tests, and it was found that this did not cause dermal irritation or sensitization. It also did not cause ocular irritation as well in these studies. Now, I know a lot of people are concerned. You hear rumors that it causes cancer. I know a lot of people have kind of like moved away from using Teflon in their cookware. And if you want me to, I can do more extensive research and report my findings to you guys based on the scientific articles that I find. So this rumor actually started because there was a compound, the acronym for this compound is PFOA. It's an acid that was used previously in the manufacturing of Teflon, and it has been reported to cause cancer. Now, manufacturers do not use this acid anymore because it has been linked to cancer. So, yeah, that's where that rumor comes from. I couldn't find any evidence that Teflon itself causes cancer, but again, if you want me to go into more detail and, read more articles and make a video for you guys about this, if you're interested, I can definitely do that. So let me know. So I'm going to read a statement to you from Dr. Linda Loretz, and she is the Council Chief Toxicologist of Personal Care Product Council, which is a national trade association representing cosmetic manufacturers. I want to read you her statement. She said, a recent report by the Environmental Working Group incorrectly focuses on the use of the ingredient PTFE, or Teflon, in cosmetics. PTFE is an ingredient used at low levels to improve the cosmetic feel of some products that are applied to the skin. However, the safety concerns raised by EWG are about a different material called PFOA, the acid that I was just mentioning. PFOA was used in past years as a processing aid in the manufacture of PTFE, or Teflon. However, PFOA, the acid, is no longer used to manufacture Teflon, and thus would never be found in a cosmetic product or personal care product. So it's no longer used. That is an old method of manufacturing Teflon. So I think that's where this concern came from, is because this acid that used to be used to synthesize Teflon has been found to be linked to cancer, but is no longer used in the manufacturing process. So I just want to let you guys know about that. I hope that that kind of clears some things up. If you're still not comfortable using products with Teflon, then I completely understand. I completely respect everyone's choice. You have to do what you're comfortable with, and anything that's going to cause you anxiety, I would say do not do anything that causes you more anxiety. I hope that what I said helps you feel a little bit better about it, because I think that this rumor comes from that misconception. It seems very much like this rumor came from the fact that this acid used to be used to synthesize Teflon, but it is no longer. And again, I'm happy to dig into this a lot deeper, read a lot more studies, and report to you, the scientific findings if you want a video in more detail about this. But I really hope, my hope was to maybe help alleviate some anxiety around this, because I know some people are concerned. But again, I completely respect anyone's decision on whether or not you try, or on whether or not you feel comfortable using products that contain that. But in this palette, the only shade that contains that is this one. And again, it helps kind of improve, it helps the product just kind of glide on more easily. That's kind of the purpose of it. So there must have just been something with the formula, because it's not in any of the other shadows. So there must have been something with the formulation of this one where that ingredient was needed in order for this to glide on more easily. But yeah, I just wanted to quickly explain that ingredient to you. Yeah, let me know how you feel about this. Let me know. I really hope, again, like, I want to help make people feel more comfortable in their choices about ingredients in their cosmetics. I never want to make anyone feel stupid or anything for their choice not to use a certain ingredient. That's never my intention. I just want to report to you what scientific evidence is out there, and then let you make your informed decision. And I hope that I can help reduce some anxiety by doing so. So yeah, I hope that made sense. Let me know if anything was confusing. Based on these studies, it didn't seem that it caused any eye irritation or skin irritation. So, and that was with human participants. All the cancer studies that I saw were with rats, and it was injected into the rats. Alright, and again, just final thoughts for my first impression of Natasha Denona. I love it. I understand why people spend $125 for an eyeshadow palette now. And in 2020, maybe I will save up my money to purchase one of her larger palettes, because I really loved this one, and I would love to play with more of her formulas and more of her colors. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a great day.